Some breaking news here on this Tuesday morning on Seattle Seahawks Today as Michael Dickson, we call him Mike around here, he has been given an extension, making him the highest paid punter in the National Football League. Tyler Jones, your fearless leader, here with you. Thanks for joining us. Let's break it all down for you. Seahawks agreed to terms bright and early this morning to a 4-year, $16.2 million deal with Michael Dickson, keeping him around. The former University of Texas Longhorn, an Australian native. He's got quite the fascinating background and story. This guy's been so good for a long time. I've seen him since the very beginning of his college career. And one of the very rare players that left college early as a special teamer to go to the NFL. He's been that good for that long, folks. Here's more from Mike Garafolo of NFL Media, who broke the news this morning, posting this on X. The Seahawks have agreed to terms with punter Michael Dickson on a 4-year, $16.2 million extension, sources say, to once again make him the NFL's highest-paid punter. He had lost that title for a bit. Now he regains that title. Dixon is now signed through 2029 thanks to a deal done by Justin Schulman and Andrew Kessler of Athletes First. More from Garafolo, who says this: the Seahawks signed Michael Dickson to a 4-year, $14.5 million extension in 2021. He was entering the final year of that deal, but is now extended once again. When you look at Michael Dickson, he's been solid. He's been steady Eddie. He's been one of the most consistent players, I think, for the Seattle Seahawks team over the last several seasons. And he's just 29 years old. He's still got a lot of football left in him at this point in time. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's shown no signs of slowing down. He's still the same guy that he's been. And if you're Seattle, this makes a ton of sense. Why would you not keep Michael Dickson around? The only way, folks, and we kind of talked about this earlier on in the offseason, that Seattle could have moved on from Michael Dickson and Jason Myers in this sense was if they had a big cap issue. But with the moves they made, they have created quite a bit of cap space now, upwards of $32 million. If you were desperate for cash, then one of the first moves you think in theory you could make is, all right, let's move on from some of our special teamers and replace them with younger, cheaper options. That way we can save some more money and spend money elsewhere. But in the case of where Seattle stands right now, they're not in that position, financially speaking. So with that said, you might as well keep these guys around and go with that going forward. Makes sense to get that done with Dixon and keep him around for the foreseeable future. What is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks extending Michael Dickson? I'll give you my one word coming up in just a moment, but want to hear from you guys first. It's our pinned comment today. Weigh in and let us know what you think. Folks, this is why you subscribe to Seattle Seahawks Today. Doesn't matter if it's a punter. Punters are people too, even though I have my hatred towards special teams, but I'll save that topic for another day. We cover it all here on Seahawks Today with our daily news and rumors, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, live shows, and more. We're bringing you live shows 3 days a week now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, all right here on Seattle Seahawks Today, your off-season headquarters. We keep you posted with everything you need to know on your favorite team. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/Seahawks TV to subscribe now. Getting close to 68,000 subscribers. Need your help to get there. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. My one word is expected. I did not think that they were going to let Michael Dickson go anywhere. To me, this was one that made sense for Seattle to keep him around for a very long time. And even with that money, you had the money to do it. Why would you let him walk out that building? With that said, though, special teams had issues last year. The special teams unit for Seattle was a mess. All right? It was not good at all. Now, with that said, of the problems that occurred with this special teams unit, there was 99 of them, but Michael Dickson wasn't one. Okay? Michael Dickson did his part, but you had other issues particularly the big thing was blocking, as we saw too many, blocked field goal attempts and such, and you had issues with the return game at times. Uh, you know, but with all that said, even with those issues, you point to Michael Dickson had nothing to do with those issues there. So he does not deserve any blame for the problems that occurred. And you look at Dixon's resume, it's very solid, right? The former fifth-round pick out of UT. He was a first-team All-Pro and a Pro Bowler in 2018. Honestly, I don't know why he hasn't been a Pro Bowler or a first-team All-Pro since, because he's been just as good as he was in 2018 throughout this entire stretch, but that's above my pay grade. A All-Rookie Team selection in 2017, and you talk about the consistency. Look at these numbers, folks, of what he's done the last 4 seasons, and it's all pretty similar. He hasn't been injured. He's been playing in all 17 games the last 4 seasons, as you can see. His average is anywhere from 47 to 50 yards, about the same numbers time and time again. His long, anywhere from 68 to 73 yards. You can see not much has changed at all. Michael Dickson continues to be the same guy year in and year out. With that said, I'll say this. When it comes to the special teams unit, Harbaugh has work to do. The special teams coordinator, Harbaugh, needs to really figure this out. He doesn't really have anything to do with Michael Dickson. He keeps telling Michael Dickson, yeah, do your thing. I don't have to worry about you. It's like your parents, and they have their kids that they know that there's some that don't behave, and they're worried about, if they're going to stay out too late and what trouble they're going to get into. But then there might be a kid or two within the family like, I don't have to worry about you. You're going to be okay. Well, in Harbaugh's case, he's a dad of this special teams unit that he's got some things that he has to worry about. Blocking, the return game, a few other things. But when I look at Michael Dickson, he's one of the good kids. I don't have to worry about him. He's going to be fine. We have things to work on, and Harbaugh did not do a good job last year. The special teams took a significant step back from what it was in the 2023 campaign. But Michael Dickson's not the issue there. The pieces are there when we talk about Michael Dickson, Jason Myers, and then also Chris Stoll is not a bad long snapper too. You look at this, folks. I don't know how many people know this, but the contract situation now, Jason Myers is signed through 2026. Chris Stoll is signed through this season, 2025. And then Michael Dickson is signed through 2029. You have the pieces there. Now Harbaugh just needs to put it all together and work around them. You have your core with these 3. Now let's figure out the blocking schemes. Let's get the return game better. Let's not be fumbling so much and lollygagging around and making silly mistakes on special teams, because those guys are going to do their job. Now you need everybody else to do theirs. I don't think that's asking too much. How would you grade the Michael Dickson extension by Seattle, A, B, C, D, or F? Give me your grade in the comments section, what you think of the job by John Schneider and company to get this done. Got a great deal we're offering Seahawks fans right now. We have a Nike Seahawks t-shirt. Yes, Phil Knight's company. The folks down in Beaverton have this shirt on sale for only $15.99. Get Beaverton's finest right here, folks. $15.99, chatsports.com/CeeHawksD to get yours today. It's about to get hot, folks, and you need some t-shirts. You need to be supporting your favorite team at the same time. Why not get this shirt? All sorts of different shapes and sizes available. We also have other Seahawks merchandise at that same link. Chatsports.com/CeeHawksD to get yours today. Only $15.99. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. My grade is an A, and the reason why I give this an A is because you have the money to do this. If Seattle was in a cap situation that wasn't looking too great, then I wouldn't be so thrilled to give a punter 4 years and $16.2 million. But because the money is there, this makes sense. Now, big picture. I think this is the start of phase 2 of the offseason for Seattle here. Post-June 1 has arrived. We've seen different players around the league get cut, and there will be more cuts and trades coming in the coming weeks ahead. And now that you've started with this, I expect more extensions to be on the way. I expect potentially a big trade or free agency signing to be happening as well. Now the ball starts rolling a bit. We've already heard John Schneider say that they're interested in potentially looking at some offensive linemen that could come up and be available in the next phase. We know that they've talked to some free agent corners like Shaq Griffin and Rasul Douglas. So this is just the beginning, folks. Buckle up because we are in for quite the ride ahead, I think, of some more moves in the next several weeks ahead. Lock us in here on Seahawks Today. We'll cover it all right here on the channel, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.